fuck about Stanley water bottles. You know what I'm saying?
It was like on it, tiger's blood, you know?
Shit. You put whatever you're using as a smoker at the bottom drawer.
Yeah.
Layers. Sardines.
Don't
Dog.
even pitch
Sardines?
Pitch it, but I'm not going to listen.
Let me walk you through it, man.
Yeah. Snap. How'd you pick Italy as the place you want to get married at?
We went through several iterations.
Yeah.
So we were going to get married. We're from Wisconsin.
Okay.
We were going to get married in Wisconsin. Went to school in at UW-Madison.
Talk about some good cheese.
Yeah. Fire. My mother-in-law, every time she comes to visit, she brings back this it's an aged cheddar with peppercorn in the cheese.
Stop. Yeah.
Dog, cut that thing up with some crackers, boy. It's on. But we couldn't afford it, bro. Weddings are so expensive. So it was we were keeping it small with 100 people, and that was going to be big bread. We don't have family that's going to be oh, here's $20,000 for your wedding. And so we're why not make this money stretch and let's go somewhere and bring a small group of people. So we were let's go to Italy. If people can come, hey, give us whatever. I think it was $600-700. And this is for your stay for the time. Yeah. And it worked out, man. It was when we went back, ended up being 16 people. Friends, our baby. We had a baby 2022. Yeah. Wow. She came kicking it
What?
Great times.
So the numbers worked out to go to Italy and get married if people just pitched in for their stay to be doable, comparable to getting married in the United States.
Because we were going to get married. We're just getting married at the villa, and they have a wedding package where hey, you want to get married by the pool, we can deck it up, get the string lights or whatever else, flowers, you name it, and that'll all be included. And what was probably I think it was $20,000 for 4 days, 2 villas, and all these rooms for all these people.
For sure, when you have that many people that you can come spread it out.
And so for us, it ended up being I think it would have went down to 6,000 or 7,000 because everyone else is paying for their room,
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've been curious. I've seen a couple of people get married in the Italian castles. Where I'm man, I wonder how that plays out.
Yeah, Airbnb,
dude. That's
also we wanted to book. We booked through Airbnb. They were oh, we have a special promo code if you book through our website. I'm all right, cool. I'm trying to save some money. Yeah. And then if we would have stayed through Airbnb, we would have got a refund. But because we booked outside of the website, they're there's nothing that we can do, which is why they were able to keep our deposit.
We're just gonna hold on to that deposit.
And I'm bro, you don't even know when the world's gonna go back to normal. You can come back anytime. I may not be here. You feel me? This new thing is present and it's killing us all. You know what I'm saying? But survived.
My clock is ticking.
My clock is potentially ticking. Yours too. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, who knows? Who knows what's going on?
That's true. It was sketchy early on.
Oh, for sure.
No one knew nothing.
Not at all.
Damn.
But
dude, have you seen the? Are you into Netflix documentaries and stuff? Do you watch any of these?
Yes, I don't have Netflix anymore since they took away people's passwords that aren't sharing households. So maybe I've seen it.
We were crippled for 60 days because of that, and then we just caved. We caved.
I think we're close to it,
bro. There's one, I can't remember the name of it, John. I'm gonna need you to help me out. Look up doctor fake windpipes marrying whatever. Anyways, this lady meets this doctor, and he's apparently this he presents himself as this super cutting edge doctor who is doing windpipe transplants.
It's very specific.
And they fall in love. And this guy is and he positions himself as oh, I work with presidents and I'm a part of this elite group of people. Yeah. And I'm always busy. He's always flying around. She doesn't really know what's going on. And he starts setting up their wedding. And I think the wedding was supposed to be in Italy, or it was an overseas wedding. And he's inviting the Clintons, and he's pitching this thing. And she's got all of her friends in on it. She's my wedding is about to be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm in love with this dude. He's the best guy I've ever met. I'm about to have all these people. Everyone's sending their deposits. They're inviting all these people. And there were always these weird moments where before they were about to go visit his home, he would always be oh, I've got to go do this emergency surgery, or I've got to go look at this celebrity or this past president and see what's going on. And she never I guess really connected the dots on that. But then there was this part of it where he had invited the Pope, and the Pope was going to be the guy to get them married. So this girl is living in like fantasy wonderland where she's met this wild, you know, kind of James Bondy character who does these surgeries. And then one of her girlfriends is like, oh yeah, bad surgeon, love under the knife. You might have to get Netflix just to watch this and then delete it.
Bad surgeon, love under the knife is crazy.
Crazy.
This guy looks creepy.
Yeah. See, he's holding the things. He's holding the
windpipes. Yeah. He has the prosthetics. Like, I'm legit.
And these are like printed, I guess. Like they were going to be transplants, but then they became 3D printed, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And one of her girlfriends is like, look, like the Pope is in this other country and your wedding's like in 3 weeks. Like this isn't going to happen. And she's like, and she starts to become like question. She's like, why is he there? Why isn't he going to come to my wedding? He's supposed to be marrying me. So then she's messaging Paulo, and he is like, it's okay. I'm taking care of it. Don't worry about it. Whatever. It basically gets to the point where her and her girlfriends get in a car and they go to this house that he's supposedly living in. And he's been sending videos like, I can't wait for you to come and live with me. You're going to bring your daughter. She has a daughter. And they show up and she's like outside listening. And there's a kid running around. And she's like, what is going on?
Right.
And the girl is like, Dad, talking to Paulo. So it turns out homie has been hiding his like real family in Italy. I guess this is a spoiler alert for anyone watching it. And he has been just putting this girl on a whim, just like flexing on her all these things. So it gets to the point where she is like, look, I know that you've been lying to me.
Right.
Like you are literally like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I think he comes back with something where he's like, okay, so I know I've told you that I'm a surgeon, and I know that I told you I work with all these people. I'm actually a sniper in like the Secret Service or like the CIA or something.
Come on, man.
This dude is like a he's a psychopath.
Yo, people really be out here lying for
bro.
No reason.
It gets better. So these windpipes that he's been printing, he like knew that so he's doing all these surgeries, right?
Yeah.
He'll do them like he got funded by Russia for this like special surgery. Then he's doing them in the United States. But these people are all like in different countries. But he'll like use this case study to pitch this surgery to someone else. And people like find him online. They reach out to him. They're like, hey, look, like I think one guy might have had cancer. These people are in real bad scenarios. So then turns out all of these surgeries are going bad. These people are getting these fake.
So wait, people are really reaching out to this man.
People are really reaching out to him.
Like, yo, my windpipe's
because he's been on the news.
I need help.
I need help. No one else knows what to do.
No.
So he puts these things in, but then they like collapse. So these people wake up out of surgery. They have a video of a girl who wakes up out of surgery. I wish I knew her name. She wakes up out of surgery and she's like, it feels like I'm breathing through a straw right now. And she's like emotional. She's crying. She's really scared.
Yeah.
And he would be very in tune with the family up until the surgery. And then after the surgery, he would dip and he wouldn't even be reachable. And it would just be like his little team that would be communicating with him.
That's
so not only is this dude putting in like basically just shit 3D printed windpipes into people and like essentially, and I'm pretty sure, I may be butchering this, but I'm pretty sure all of the people that he gave those to died within like 6 months after.
Oh, for sure.
Some of them lived a little longer, but really not really. And he knew about him going in. They've got videos where they're like, look, like, I don't think the prints came out right. They're like too weak. We need to go back. And he's like, no, we have to move forward. We have to do the surgery. So this dude is like putting in fake transplants. And he's got this, I think that's the lady right there when she was younger. He's like pulling her around all over the place. Like he's this, you know, player
I feel so
character.
bad for these people, man. It reminds me of the blood test.
Oh yeah, Theros.
Theros.
Yeah, what was the Theros girl's name?
I don't know, man. I just
she was wild.
Crazy.
We'll
Same stuff, man. Like why are you?
Theranos.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying?
Right.
Just like at the core of it, why do you feel the need to push faulty equipment that are literally endangering people's lives?
You get caught. I guess they get caught up in this narrative or this idea of this life they want to lead.
Yeah.
But they're tripping. Did you see the clip in that one where they had her like 50 times on the screen saying the exact same thing?
Yes.
Like it had been rehearsed?
Yes.
And her changing her voice?
Yes. Robotic. robotic. Like, it's nuts. And like, there's one time in my life that I can remember that, like, I mean, we all lie, right?
Yeah.
One time in particular, I felt really bad about it. We were playing cards. I was like 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I cheated. Like, I cheated in the card game.
Yeah.
My aunt, I'm playing with my mom, my aunt, and then somebody else. I don't know. They were like, hey, I seen you cheat.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I didn't. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I was so bad about this, like Candyland.
Like, are you serious? Oh yeah, Candyland for sure. Shoots and ladders. No, I'm 1, 2. I'm going up the ladder. You know what I'm saying? And it still sticks with me to this day. Like, my aunt, I feel like I got to call her after this. I'm like, hey, remember that one time I like, and she's gonna remember. I'm like, yeah, I cheated. You're right. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people do it for real.
And drag it that far along.
Yeah,
you get that much money behind you. At some point, there's got to be like, there's so much pressure on you to do the thing you've been lying about that you just feel like you have to figure it out. But the weird part is the early part where like there's not a lot of expectation. You just sort of manufactured this mission.
Right.
And you're like,
a mission for real. Like, manufactured a mission to just like, I'm going to go. Yeah. I'm going to go. I'm going to tell this woman that the Pope is going to marry us. You don't got to do that.
To do that, bro.
There's plenty. You can get officiated for free. Yeah. Anybody can marry y'all. The homegirls who's concerned.
Go get the print off.
Go get the print off. Dog, people just
do the Airbnb. Bring the friends.
Very low cost. And if he has the money, I mean, clearly he has the money from killing all these people's windpipes.
Yeah.
He could have did something different.
Wild,
That's
man.
tough.
Oh, for sure. And like he had some sort of like multi-million-dollar funding from Russia that was like kind of meant for, you know, they didn't know the exact wordage behind it, but like for some sort of experimental type of thing. So in one sense, I guess he kind of felt like he's like, oh, I'm going to pioneer something. Like, I'm going to be that guy. I just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But like you're laying waste on that journey to figuring it out.
Yeah.
The Theranos, is it Theranos?
It's Theranos.
It's got to be. Was crazy because they would like,
Elizabeth
Elizabeth Holmes. She got in with the Steve Jobs wannabe term, like those eyes though, bro. Those look like those are looking right through me.
No, truly. She's staring at me currently.
Sheesh.
I don't like it. I watched the documentary and then I watched the dramatized, like the series of it.
Yeah.
With homegirl from I only know her from Mean Girls, the blonde who was
I'm so bad with names.
Okay, yeah. But like there was a point where her voice wasn't what it was when she started just like talking like this. And like she switched because somebody was just like, oh, we don't take you seriously or something like that. And like there was like
or whatever.
Just flipped the switch and never went back. Crazy.
Like when you wake up every morning when you're doing that, you're like, you got to check all your boxes. You're like, right. I'm going to get my voice down. I'm going to get my outfit down. I got to remember my lines today because I got to say the same thing I said every other time. What is she up to now? Is she in jail now?
That's a good question.
She's got to be out.
You would think.
The part in that was wild to me was when they would bring in like investors or people that were really interested in the technology, and they'd be like, all right, we're going to do your blood test, then we're going to go on a tour, and we're going to come back and see your results. And they would like put the blood in the machine, take them out of the room, take the blood out of the machine, run the test.
Run the test somewhere else. Like, as an investor, you gotta do your due diligence.
I'm like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch your little machine.
For sure.
For
sure. Same thing with like WeWork and like all these like,
That's
I think
true.
there's a certain level of crazy that you have to have in order to be successful, or not even successful, just damn near, right? Like
for sure,
because people out here just like doing it.
I mean, it takes a certain kind of person. Like, I'm gonna build a $1 billion business, or I'm gonna change the world. Like you got to be a little crazy.
Got to be a little crazy.
I mean, we think about like, you know, it's like when someone asks you, you know, would you really want to be Steve Jobs? Because like you think about, oh, he came up with all these cool products, he did all these things. Like, would you really want to be Michael Jordan? Because on the other side of all that accomplishments was like I don't give a shit about like my employees. I'm going to be a dick to you. Like there's two sides to every coin. Yeah. And a lot of, I mean, those characteristics and some of those traits get them to that level where we're like, damn, they really did that thing.
No, yeah.
But you gotta be down for the cause when you're doing that.
Go for it, man. I even think about, I was talking to my, I told you I was doing like physical training and stuff like that.
Yeah. We got to get into this because me and you are both on this mission this year.
Man, I was like, your job is your body. Like, and granted, all of our jobs collectively is our body to a certain extent. Like, we want to make sure we like take care of it.
Yeah.
But like, you're down to like, oh, I need my triceps looking a little small today. Let me go ahead and crank out some, some pull downs. like that type of mentality is nuts to me. Like for your body to be
as a trainer,
as a bodybuilder, like as an athlete, like your body is the product. You have to maintain it. Couldn't be me. I'm all right.
Yeah. What made you want to get into it? Or get into training?
Yeah. So I've always like worked out on and off.
Yeah.
And again, we were talking about earlier. So like I used to be I wasn't even like a chunkier kid. I was just like growing into my body, right? Sure. But like I went from being, I think I started undergrad at like my height now and 140, 150 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And I was always like, man, like I need to get fucking jacked. You know what I'm saying?
You were like really lean.
Yeah. Like, cause even right now, like I'm 200 pounds, but like you can't like necessarily tell, but like it's all like lean muscle, right?
Yeah.
But I was just always like, I wanna learn how to do the things, right? And do the things that like are gonna make sense.
Yeah.
Stepping my protein up, you know what I'm saying? Like understanding like the diet. I had a protein, I think I figured it out. I had a protein bar in my pocket before I walked in here. I was like, let me not, cause if I
start
wrestle
doing
some
weird
stuff,
shit with protein when you need it.
Sardines.
Don't
Dog.
even pitch
Sardines?
Pitch it, but I'm not going to listen.
Let me walk you through it, man. All right, so this is what my trainer told me.
Okay.
He said for whatever your calories are, so say you got something that's 200 calories.
Yeah.
Ideally, your protein should be 10% of the calorie, or protein in grams should be 10% of the calories that you have.
Okay.
So if you got 200 calories and some 20 grams of protein should be ideal, right?
Yeah.
Sardines, 195 grams or 195 calories. 21 grams of protein, my boy. Instant. I eat them things out the can.
No
Give me
way.
a fork. Tearing them up.
No hot sauce or anything?
Nothing. Give me some sardines and some olive oil crust. If I got a cracker, I'll put on a little cracker, a little mustard perhaps.
Did you like sardines before this became a thing?
I never actually had it, right? I think I was just like, I Googled like high protein like foods. I like smoked fish. My dad was a big smoked fish person.
Okay.
So like the taste
like
and stuff
lox,
wasn't. Yeah. Some taste
bagel
and stuff
with
like,
some cream cheese.
Just a little spread. But I was like, if this is what it takes to get this protein up, so be it. So for the past like couple months, sardines out the can. They 10 for $10 at the grocery store.
I'm not gonna
who would tax for sardines, I guess. But it's crazy. I came up on the sardines at the holiday parade in Durham. So people, first off, holiday parade, hilarious times. There was two guys with a sign, and their thing said, two guys with a sign. And they were walking down the street, and that was everybody was going nuts for them. But it was a group of people. I don't know if they were fishermen or what, but it was like men, like kids, all that other stuff, throwing packs of like these sardines to the crowd. They weren't cans because that would be dangerous, right? But like it looked like a little soap, like it was like a box, throwing them. Caught one, right? And I'm like, oh, what is this?
Yeah,
sardines.
Just what I wanted.
Wasn't even on my fitness journey at that point. But I kept it because I was like, I don't know what else to do with it. Put it in the drawer. As soon as I found out about the protein power,
pull them out the drawer.
Pulled it out the drawer. I was like, let me see what it's talking about. Fire.
So
Fire.
Those come with like the skin on them.
Yes.
But no head. Or do they have the head still?
I've had some with a little eye looking at me, you know what I'm saying? I put that part to the side. The rest of it is gone for sure.
That part to
Put it to the side. I'm telling you, man.
How often are you indulging in sardines?
I had some sardines before I came here.
Damn, bro, you are in it. You
I had some
are
sardines
in
before I
it.
came
I
here.
respect it, but
hey, I went on a whole sardine like taste test, I guess. I was like, if I'm going to enter into the sardine game, I have to know what's going on here.
Facts.
So I was like, all right, let me get one of them that's in the 10 for 10.
Nice.
Let me get one that's in like the $2 range.
Buying the $10 bottle, the $20 bottle, and the $40 bottle.
See what I'm really missing. 10 for 10s slapped.
10 for 10 slapped.
I was like, I don't even need to do no more. I should have worked my way down because the 10 for 10 was enough. But the 10 for 10 only has 17 grams of protein versus the $4 ones at the 21.
Oh, shit.
So I found a happy medium. Trader Joe. Shout out to my boy.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest. The greatest
Honestly.
snacks, greatest customer service, all the things. Found one for $2.39.
Yeah.
And that's where I live now.
What?
Yellow can. I don't know.
Do they all come from the same place? Like, is this like salmon where you get a farm raised and then a wild caught sardine?
No. So the one that I had that they were throwing at the parade, come to find out, it's $5. I was like, God, I'm definitely not paying $5.
Were they
for some
marketing?
sardines.
What were they doing?
I think they were just like, I don't know.
Sampling?
I don't know. They're just like, hey, I think it's like, hey, we have these sardines, but I'm like, if no one's checking for sardines like that. I think I'm the only one.
Yeah, no one is
in Durham, damn near.
You'd have been like, do you guys fall in the $5 or the $10?
like it was crazy. So it's I know that there's something around like what's the word? Like not environmentally safe, right? But like environmentally conscious sardine packaging. Or like, so I think there is the farms that are like the wild caught. I don't get too much into that. I just look at the back of that label and see what that protein's talking about. You feel me? But they're fire, man. Don't sleep.
Yeah, dude. It's funny because like, so I got like I was trying to figure out how to get back into fitness.
Because you seem like a stocky guy.
Definitely stocky for sure. Yeah, wide for sure. Wide and bald.
Hey, big game. You feel me? Bald dudes got to unite.
That's right. Man. That's right. Stick together.
Absolutely.
Stick together. I wrestled in high school.
Okay.
So wrestling in high school was like, you know, like getting like losing weight when you're wrestling in high school. It's not like your coach is like, hey, like think about not eating bread. It's like just get your weight down. You're usually just sweating. You're just cutting weight, trash bag, lots of clothes, whatever it is. So weight management and like fitness was just like I sweat to lose weight and I don't eat, and then I just like have really hard workouts. Yeah. So that was kind of where the foundation was laid for me. And then in college I always worked out a little bit, and then like really once I sort of got into like freelancing and trying to start this business, it was totally out of working out. Like it just wasn't even really the priority. So then I moved in with my girlfriend and I saw how much she was walking. And I'm like, you're doing how many steps a day? She's like, I did 10,000 steps today.
Easy.
And she was like flexing on me because I wasn't doing too much at the time. And I was like, you know, I bet I could do that. So I just started walking. And that was like a year and a half ago. And then and that like habitually of just like, all right, it's 10,000 steps a day. And if I do that, I'm good. Like I feel good. At least I've got something going. But then the trainer happened. This guy, Jake Giamatti, who's been on the podcast, got like, I do the programs with him.
Yeah.
And I've worked out with him a few times. We've known each other for a while. But he was stressing the protein on the podcast. So then I've been on the whole, like, I got to find the protein sources, and the workouts of being scripted for me have been the game changer.
Yeah.
I like something clicked when I had the game plan now to go into the gym that was like, I didn't realize how much friction of me going to the gym was like, well, when I get there, I got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's like, okay, I just literally follow my routine. I can put little notes in the app of like, how much weight did I do today? But that has got me like, I can't really remember the last time in my life probably where for 90 days at this point, I've woken up at 6 a.m. 5 days out of the week consistently for 90 days to go work out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, once you figure out that little thing, game changer.
Yeah, I'm a 5:30 a.m.er myself.
Damn.
The morning is it. I mean, that's only because I'm on dad time.
That's right. That's right.
It is what it is. It's what it is.
Are you doing your stuff in person, or do you get it like delivered to you on an app or something?
So it's an app. He's in Wisconsin, another Wisconsin grad
nice.
that I met. One of my mentees was working with him.
Yeah.
And he was like trying to like slim down, which he did like very successfully. And mine was kind of different where I was like, I put on dad weight, but also like physically there was no difference in appearance. But like I went from like 180 to like 200 and like I just felt heavy. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And so I was just like, I just need like the workouts to like get me to like proportion some of this like weight to like make it a healthy 200 versus what I was experiencing. You know what I mean? So like, it's definitely cool. The app works. It's a good time.
What was was there a thing that happened that like flipped the switch for you?
We moved. So we were in Roxborough, North Carolina. So we came down here in 2018. Wife went to UNC Chapel Hill for her master's, which is what brought us down in the first place. We tried to capitalize on these like low interest rates for the housing market and stuff like that. We don't have $100,000 to overbid for a house. Let's move to a place where there's no competition in a new built house. Yeah. Roxborough, North Carolina.
Okay.
Big person county where everything's better in person is what they say. You know what I'm saying? That's the county motto.
I love that.
But we were commuting, man. I was still working at NC State. And so like an hour and a half like there and then an hour and a half back of just like time lost. Like we had our daughter in 2022. So like losing it. Like she was just spending the majority of her life in the car.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't just go see our friends.
No, not at all.
And so we moved back to Durham April of last year. And I had essentially just like an hour of time because I'm used to waking up in Roxborough at 5:30 to get out the house at 6:30 to make it to work by 8. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm waking up at 5:30, going to the gym, coming back home at 6:30.
Game changer.
And then like I just have like a comfortable time to just like start. So like I didn't have the time first and foremost.
Dang.
And my wife she's into social work and like a therapist and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She's into like these values worksheets and stuff, which I really appreciate. You know what I'm saying? It help us to get in alignment.
Yeah.
And it was like these different categories, and health and wellness was like one of them. And it was like scale of 1 to 10. How much of a priority is this for you? And then scale of 1 to 10, how much are you like enacting on this?
Yeah, that's good.
And so 10, but it was like a 6 for both of us. And I was like, what are we doing then? Like, let's make this a priority. Like, let's put our money where our mouth is. You see it like
that on the paper. You're like, something ain't.
And so we just went for it. So,
nice.
Yeah. And it was, I mean, he's a pretty affordable, like, you know, situation. I think the fact that he's not here also like cuts down on some of that cost. Cause I told him, I was like, I'll go, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to know what to do.
Yeah.
And then he also like does some
it's smart of you to know that.
Yeah.
It had to hit me over the head to even like realize that. I was like, oh, this is actually really helpful.
Yeah, man.
The protein thing is funny, man. I've been like, so like you, I've been on the discovery of trying to find the best sources. The first thing that I landed on that I've enjoyed thoroughly are the Fairlife protein shakes. Have you seen these? They have a 42 grammer now, which is just,
that's actually kind of crazy.
It's crazy.
How big is
I don't want to know how they put 42.
42 grams?
Yeah.
It's tough.
I was talking to my buddy the other day and I was like, look, I'll be honest. I don't know if I really want to know how they put 42 grams in the thing that's really not that much bigger.
It's like this size, like maybe like a little bit.
Yeah.
No,
but I need the 42.
That's literally 2 cans of sardines. If we're measuring in terms of sardines, that's crazy. Hella fish.
I can't do the sardines. Fish and me, like I'll do chicken. I'll do steak. I can do like steaks from Costco to try to get the prices down because you can get like 2 out of 1. And I got a smoker, so I've been going ham on the smoked meats.
What kind of smoker?
Yeah. It's the tailgater from Traeger. So it's like our house is kind of funny because it has like they marketed it as a deck, but it's really just like a little grill porch. I heard someone call it a Juliet porch the other day. Okay. I was like, I like that. That sounds fancy. So I'll be like, I'm gonna go smoke on the Juliet porch. But yeah, so you can do like, you can do 2 racks of ribs. You can do like a bunch of steaks. You can do a bunch of chicken breasts. I think you could put like 2 chickens on it. But I've done ribs, which is game changer because I love ribs. And like, unless you're gonna go, I don't know, ribs are very hit or miss for me when I go out. So I've got like a 4.5 hour rib cook that I'll do. So good. And then I can do steaks like in 30 minutes. Chicken you can do almost in like 15, 20 minutes depending on the heat. But dude, it opens your eyes to a whole new world.
I'm trying to get one, man. There's when Vine was popular.
Oh yeah,
I remember this in college. There was a Vine of these guys who converted a file cabinet into a smoker.
Oh snap!
I want to do that. So
like you can like
they take out the bottoms of all the drawers, replace them with grates. You put whatever you're using as a smoker at the bottom drawer.
Yeah,
layers. Put a little chimney on top of it or whatever. Could go crazy.
People are crazy.
Like I want one of those, and I'm a big griller, so like I love a good grill.
Nice.
One of those old like barrels that people convert. I want a big ass barrel and a file cabinet, and I'm just gonna like just about to be in the back.
You go to the junkyard, just clean out.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Because we just bought a house. We closed on last Thursday. We're not in there yet, but we're like painting and stuff
in Durham.
Yeah.
What part of Durham?
It's like
you're not in East Durham, are you?
It's east-ish, right? Like it's 15 minutes from Briar Creek and then it's 15 minutes from downtown. But like how to get there in terms of cardinal direction, I think like we're like
Are you close to Anger?
Yeah, I'm not that far away.
Bro, you might be like mad close. Well, I'm gonna have to get your address. That's so funny, dude. Yeah, I love it out there.
Anger's and that's how you pronounce it.
We've
been calling it Anye. Because it's like a little French, but
John, you live in Durham too. Is it Andrew?
It's probably not Anye.
It's not Anye. It definitely ain't Anye.
That's tough. But no, it's because I know Anye is like a long ass street too.
Oh, it's long. It's super long. Yeah.
But I know that 2 minutes out of our house, like we see Anya or Andrew, whatever.
I'm gonna
and like
use
we can
that.
make it right.
I go down Anya to my Juliet porch.
Right. I'm about to just back it up. I'm like, damn, you must live in a fancy ass house.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you just got the little slab, you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm just trying to hook up the backyard as much as possible.
Oh hell yeah. That's awesome. What is it? What are your like how are your workouts broken out? Are you doing like certain days and stuff? How's he set it up for you?
It's 2 legs a week. I have 5 days.
Nice.
2 legs a week, and then a mix between like chest, shoulders, back, arms, whatever. I don't question it. I just like he knows the goals and he like sets it up. You know.
But you're kind of like each day focused on a certain type of movement or something. Yeah. That's similar to mine.
I need to get into some stretching. Your boy's a little tight. You know what I'm saying?
Do you do the sauna or the steam room or anything?
No, I want to do like. I mean, granted, I'm at the Planet. You know what I'm saying? Planet Fitness for sure, okay.
Are you the one over here? The Briar Creek one?
No, but I'm about to have to move. I'm at the one. It's one off MLK.
Oh, okay.
But I have like through my insurance like a catch-all like fitness facility situation where like we pay $40 a month, but we get access to like Planet Fitness, O2, like Gold.
Snap. There you go.
But you just have to like set it up.
Yeah.
So if there's a Planet Fitness at Briar Creek, I'm just gonna go set it up over there.
Oh, there's an O2 right down in Briar Creek. That's the one I go to. Yeah.
Bet I'm gonna have to check.
But that's where I stretch as after, because you got to once you start actually like doing weights and stuff. There'll be some days where you wake up and you're like, wait a second,
a little lower back issues.
What just happened?
Is the sauna included in the membership?
Oh yeah.
Bet, well, I'm just going to O2.
At the O2, you just literally walk into the men's locker room and they've got like the steam room and the sauna right next to one another.
How packed is it in the morning?
Well, when you go, it wouldn't be too bad.
Okay.
It's the worst it is in the evening between like 5 and 7.
Yeah.
The morning is pretty doable.
Okay.
I rarely have to wait for like a machine. Like there's a crowd in there, but usually you can get through a workout pretty smoothly.
Gotcha.
Sometimes the thing about the steamer is that one's a little funky compared to the sauna.
Got you. I got you. I know what it is.
But that's where like if I'm actually really trying to stretch, or I feel like I got real messed up at the day before, the week before I get in there, I'll just loosen right up.
Okay.
And if you're doing cardio, man, like after, because some of my workouts will end, or the way he just sets them up is like you end on some sort of like finisher. So I'm doing like a sled, or I'm doing like a row, or whatever it is. So if you take after sort of a cardio intense workout, and then you take that into the sauna or to the steam room, it's like you're still doing the thing in the I'm looking at the watch.
Evaporating from your skin. Yeah. That's tough.
I got just like the old school digital watch because I need the seconds. So I'm just counting each minute. Like, all right, if I got to be in here for 10, like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, I love that, dude. It's funny how much better my days feel now too, working out in the morning. And I mean, it's like energy, it's all the things. Cause like when you get it done, your day just mentally, it feels like, oh, my day is like free. It's open. I'm good for whatever. But if I work out in the evening, I'm always gonna like, oh, well, damn, like I gotta go work out. Yeah.
I'd rather wake up and like, granted, like my wife is I gotta wake up, I gotta wash my face, I gotta brush my teeth, I gotta like look presentable. I wake up, roll out the bed, stuff is already ready, look horrible, and I'm like, let's go get this lift. You know what I'm saying? Forget my face. What about these biceps? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get after it. I'm on.
You can miss me with the face wash.
Don't even matter. Everybody in there looking sleepy anyway. You feel me? I'm okay.
Do you do anything to get like? Do you take any supplements or stuff before you work out?
Not in the morning. I'm also like, I'm not a coffee drinker. Like, give me some water and I'm straight. You know, like.
Oh, good for you.
If anything, like I have like a banana or something like that. But
like,
a
little something.
I'm a morning person. Like,
but no, you don't do caffeine. Period.
No, I drink coffee for the taste. So like,
really?
I'm like a social coffee drinker.
Oh.
Like if we're at breakfast and people are ordering coffee, I'm like, can you get a cup of decaf as well, please? You know, like it's just more so for the like cream and sugar, like a hot beverage, but like I don't need coffee.
Not even like energy drinks.
I would do it. So I was cranking back energy drinks I went to grad school in Indiana.
Yeah.
So I was going Wisconsin, Indiana, or just like on road trips.
Oh yeah.
At the halfway or like quarter point, give me a 5 hour.
Yeah.
I'm on. And that thing. beach, like having a great time.
Like, man, I could do this every day.
No, for sure, for sure. Other than that, no, man. It's like water. I drink a solid like. My wife has one of these like those big ass like bottles that are like 64 ounces. Yeah. Took it. She got it to like, oh, I want to drink more water, and this is going to help me.
Is it the one that's like, you're doing a great job. Yeah. Keep going. You're almost there.
And like, it just wasn't. It's too big. It's too big for anybody, but it's not too big for me. You feel me? So like, I go through 2 of those a day. Oh, and like that's all I need.
That's all you need for the skin. You don't need none of the.
You know what I'm saying? Got to keep it fresh. Got to keep it well moisturized. But water is cool, man.
Yeah.
Water and orange juice and lemonade.
Yeah.
The drinks mainly in rotation.
Dude, I was off of it like all through college. I was like rebelling against coffee because I was like, I don't want to need it or something, whatever it was. But man, the last few years I've been all in on it.
Yeah.
I guess I tell myself that I just like it for the experience, but I think I really need a little.
Be like that.
I tried to do the pre-workout, but man, waking up at 6, then immediately going to like 150 milligrams of caffeine on some like it was like Tiger's Blood, you know?
Shit. Yeah, the pre-workout titles are insane.
Crazy.
Tiger's Blood is nuts. Yeah. And just imagine like a tiger just sitting there like you get the blood, you know what I'm saying? You throw it back. You become a tiger, you know, like it's tough. It's tough.
Dude, when you go into GNC, I don't go to GNC like to get stuff anymore because I'm kind of scared of their products, but the way they're like Vampire something, like Monster Mash, the stuff that we would take in college as pre-workouts, I don't even want to know like the amount of cross-pollination between pharmaceuticals that was going down in those drinks.
Correct. And there's always like the one jacked GNC guy who's like, hey guys, like, what, you want to buy some pre-work? I'm like, bro, why are you so big right now in the store? In the store. Here's the thing, man. There are people who are strong for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a 6'8" accountant and like, bro, why are you not in the league? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, why are you just so strong selling stuff to get people strong? So, elbows can't put your arms down. It's all shoulders, all arms.
That's facts.
How can I help you? No. That's the thing, man. Like I've gotten to a point in my fitness journey where like I no longer want to get huge. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to feel healthy. Like I used to want to be him. You know what I'm saying? I used to want to be like, yo, I need to be out here. You know what I'm saying? Because like it just felt like the thing to do, I guess, or like the quintessential like man, essentially.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm all right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what a real man looks like.
Like, why are you this strong?
Lumberjack beef ball.
like just strong as hell, and like you work at Arby's. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some strong Arby's
because they
employees.
have the meats though. That's
no,
they got the meats.
They got the protein everywhere. Also, Arby's is trash. Yeah. I need to set the record. I am not an Arby's frequenter. You feel me?
Set the record. Set
not
it
there.
Straight.
I know some people who work at Arby's are strong. I don't go there. I don't frequent. Not good.
Yeah, that's not on my normal rotation.
No offense if you go to Arby's. You go to Arby's? Great. Cool.
No, you're
all in equal company.
You're in a safe space.
It's like I
Go off.
don't want to offend people's sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? If you mess with the roast beef, like
you got someone hurt right now. Listen to this. They're halfway in on an Arby's.
Yo, you seen 8 Mile, Eminem?
Yeah.
You know when he said like this guy's a gangster, his real name's Clarence?
Oh yeah.
So I was talking with my coworker about that. I was like, damn, like all the real gangsters named Clarence had to lose their street cred at that point. Like they're like, damn, like my name's Clarence. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the Arby's beef. Somebody definitely like, hey, you watch 8 Mile? Clarence? Yeah, soft.
You're sitting with your homies, first time watching it. Everyone's like, yeah, it's a great movie.
I didn't think about Clarence watching the movie.
Everyone's looking at Clarence. Claire's like, no, you ain't talking about me, bro.
Definitely talking about you. Clarence's parents had a real good marriage. Like, god damn, Eminem. Creative.
Dude, that movie hit me when I was like mad impressionable. I was wearing gray sweatpants and navy tees for a whole week.
Call him B-Rabbit.
B-Rabbit. Had the Eminem outfits on rotation.
Man, good movie, man.
Classic movie. Oh my gosh, that's got to be a classic
movie. I had people watch that. I teach a class as a part of like my work at NC State.
Yeah.
And we were talking about public speaking. And so I always show them 3 videos. Napoleon Dynamite when he's talking about Loch Ness Monster.
Okay.
Denzel Washington, the speech on Gettysburg when they get to remember the Titans.
Oh yeah.
And 8 Mile.
Yep.
The everybody in the 3-1-3. I haven't watched the entire clip. I'm like, all right, what do we see that Eminem did well?
Yeah. Oh, tell me about this.
Crowd participation, you know, like got people engaged.
Yeah.
Was able to like share all of his words like in a way that was like very concise to the point. It was entertaining, right?
Yeah.
He was sharing a message. I know everything about him. I know everything about Clarence.
Oh yeah.
Clarence, like I know it all. He went to Cranbrook. That's a private school. I retained all this stuff. Great public speaking. Very good public speaking opportunity. He crushed it.
He did.
He crushed it.
What's the Napoleon Dynamite one?
All right. So he was like, it's like in the first like
we might be able to pull
couple
it up.
of minutes. He was like,
all
right, a group of wizards and warlocks were like displaced Nessie and blew her back into the water. Like it was him giving a current events or something.
Oh, snap.
And that was like not necessarily a good example. So I gave like a bad example and then like the two good ones because Denzel killed it.
Oh my gosh.
Napoleon Dynamite, classic movie as well. Like,
dude,
because how old are you?
I'm 28, but I turned 29 in like 8 days.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Yeah, March 12th.
30. And I mean, it's like a movie from the childhood, you know, it's like a quintessential.
Let's see if we can listen to this because I got to see this.
Last week, Japanese scientists placed explosive detonators at the bottom of Lake Loch Ness to blow Nessie out of the water.
And so we would like talk about like no eye contact, body language is trash, no one gives a fuck, right? Like all these things. But also he knows what he's talking about. He's very knowledgeable about, while fake, this entire situation.
Oh yeah.
And like while the delivery was trash, like I still learned something, you know?
He's got deep knowledge.
He
but
got
the
deep
delivery
knowledge.
was off.
Yeah. So like finding like bits and pieces of like, because no one's going to like do it like 100%. I mean, one could say that Eminem did it 100%, like, right? But just try to incorporate cool stuff into
100%. That's awesome. Oh, I love stuff like that. That Remember the Titans, dude. Every time I've seen that, goosebumps.
It's good, man. I might have to watch it when I go home. It's a good movie.
Our PE teacher in middle school would play us that every year, and he was just as into it as we were. We sitting there just. Teardrop.
It's good, man. It's good. We did Left Side, Strong Side as a roommate chant, like back in undergrad. Great times. So we'll just wake up, left side, strong side, just like in it. College was a good time, man. I miss it.
Man, yeah, simpler times. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Simpler times.
You kind of take it for granted how like you don't have to worry about shit.
You don't got to worry about nothing. All your homies are like literally in at least like a 1 mile radius.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know where the money came from on a week-to-week basis, but bottles were always at the crib. I never was hungry. I never was broke. But I still didn't have any money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what happened. Great times.
You're just in like a perpetual state of existence.
Perpetual state, man. Hanging out, having fun.
Then you're like in a community of like hundreds of people who are all in your same situation.
Yes.
We lived at this place called The Retreat, and it's like all kind of townhome condo situations.
Where'd you go to school?
This was at NC State.
Oh, you went to NC State.
So it was The Retreat. I don't know what it's called now, but it's like down where Western and Hillsboro connect. It's got like a big pool in it. But anyways, you're literally just in a community with a bunch of adolescents. No one's brain is fully developed.
No.
And they just been like, you have free roam of this area.
Like,
good luck.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, it's crazy. And I always say like, and I mean like I work in higher ed. Like I clearly like love college, but like the college is such a good opportunity for like people to just transition into adulthood that like regardless of the degree, right?
Yeah.
Like I think there's a lot of intangibles of like relationship building, dealing with like money management, like but like in an area that in theory should be like safe, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just like you have all the resources, you have like help, support, like if you so choose, to like get you from point A to point B. Where like a lot of people leave high school and like, you know, if they chose to not go, like cool, or like if they couldn't go, whatever, like, but they're entering directly into being an adult. I couldn't imagine doing that. Like, that seems so tough.
Oh yeah. Or even just not really, like if you've been shielded your whole come up either by your parents or whatever your situation was, and then you're just sort of like unleashed.
Yeah.
I would feel like I'm so fortunate, like you were saying. One of my favorite experiences was going to China, like and studying abroad, but then just that dynamic of like living off campus, making food, like all those things. It's like, man, I can't imagine if day one of me being like in the quote unquote real world was just, well, you're going to leave home and go have fun.
Right.
Like, I do worry about that a little bit. I mean, dang, like with kids who who have missed out on part of their college experience or ones who aren't like really being fully exposed. Do you feel like there's been how do you feel like things are trending from your perspective in, I guess you could even say just like kids preparedness in a way?
Like from like COVID stuff or just like people?
COVID, but even in general, like it's like kind of the existing climate from a parenting standpoint. Like, how do you feel like that's sort of trending?
I think like a lot of kids who are, all right, I think there are like multiple buckets of like college students, right? Like I think that there are the people who like come in high achieving, like are about these like academics. There are the people who don't care, but like are still in college and I'm gonna pass potentially, but like I'm not really like trying to like stress myself out, and like everybody in between. Like I think that all these people like have the same thing in common of like they are really just trying to like figure it all out. But like from like if people are missing out on opportunities or like not taking advantage of like the entire like collegiate experience, I think that all of them are going to leave with gaps, right? Like regardless of like where they're at or like their interest or whatever the case may be. Like that's why I always try to preach to like my students. So like I work for a scholarship program at NC State to be like, hey, like these grades are going to be here, but like also like you need to be well-rounded. Like you need to study abroad. You need to like form relationships. You need to throw parties, you know, like you need to like have a holistic experience. Otherwise, like you're really just like not taking college for like what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like
do like the complete picture
of what
you're here to do.
Yeah. Like be in it. In ways that again feel comfortable and safe. But like I need you to find ways to like do more and push yourself outside of your comfort zone.
Are you exposed to like how these kids are being impacted by social media or like sort of a new digital dynamic?
It's different, man. It's different. I think expectations for like instant gratification and change, like in terms of like policies and like getting people fired, like you know Poe Hall in the School of Ed in NC State.
No, I don't.
It had some kind of bacteria or something like that was like a carcinogen that like they had to shut down the building. And now they're like, everyone's like, Chancellor Wilson has to go, right? And like it just like things like that, like it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that part has been like a really like interesting way to like see people like navigate like political activism or just like, you know, campus activism as it relates to like people's positions or whatever else. Dating is so weird, man. Like I have like students who like no one has each other's number anymore. Like it's all DM slides or Snapchat streaks. I'm like, bro, what are y'all talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, so just like how people interact.
I just sent her a photo of my forehead for the 20th time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, also something I think that like largely need to be addressed for like everyone, like stalking has become a lot more normalized.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
interesting. Yeah.
Like you can have someone's social media account, right? And comment, send like messages or whatever, know where people are. Like on a regular basis based on stories and all this other stuff.
Sharing your locations.
And like I've had students say like, oh, this so-and-so is like following me. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, like they know where I'm at. But like it's cool though, because like I have it on my like map or whatever. Like this isn't cool. No. You know what I'm saying? Like so like I just think that people have access to like things in ways that like we didn't have.
Oh no.
And that access is causing problems that I don't think any of us know how to address, but like that goes from like college, that goes to all of us. Like,
for sure,
shit is crazy.
100%.
You know?
Yeah, man, it's like and you're in this too, but like being in that generation that was right on the edge of like still having the home phone. You know, like when I grew up, I remember like using the home phone to see if my buddy Matthew could come play.
Yeah.
But then like it started moving crazy fast. Like we still had the desktop computer, but then like in high school we got rid of the home phone because we all had cell phones, and then now it's like to now it's like, and I got the flip phone in 8th grade because I had like practice and I needed to let him. But that was really the main reason. And you still had like minutes and texts and stuff like that.
The minutes were crazy. Like hey, you gotta text this number to then get the minutes. Nuts.
Made no sense.
I have my little Nokia with the little snake game. I will get the Nokia again, honestly. Like right now.
Well, they came out with the Razor again, didn't they?
They did come out with the Razor again.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could go back though to like that simple because I use like my phone for email.
Yeah.
Social, I feel like I could probably do on the desktop and be fine with. It's definitely a distraction on the phone.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, email, like we use Slack a lot. Google Drive, all those things. I love having that on the phone.
Kendrick Lamar is dropping a phone that is only call, text. I think it's only call, text, and email. But like
No way.
the only functions.
Yeah.
And I thought about getting it. Also,
Kendrick.
I'm going to tell you a
cell phone
story
game.
about
Yeah.
I have an iPhone. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Do you have an iPhone? Everyone has an iPhone.
Yeah.
Right? I was influenced by one of the Google Pixel commercials. There's a guy in line.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was a guy, or people were waiting in line for the iPhone.
Yeah.
And he looked at them like, y'all are stupid. We went to go get a Google Pixel. And I was like, damn, y'all are stupid. Let me go get this Google Pixel. Black Friday. Got the Google Pixel, texting all the group chats like, hey, like, turn on the group chat screen. Like, I got the Google Pixel, blah, 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 blah. No one's responding. So I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, y'all really hating on me for like having the Google Pixel? And he's like good friends, you know what I'm saying? My mom, I'm like, hey, like, mom, I got a new phone. Crickets. I'm like, you too? Turns out, like, you have to change because everyone has iMessages.
Yeah.
You have to change your phone number in order to like not be like shown as an iMessage.
Oh.
So like I'm sending iMessages from a phone that's not an iPhone, therefore the messages aren't sending. Or I'm not getting them something.
Oh, wow.
So literally I had a Google Pixel for 4 hours. Went back to the store. I was like, yeah, I need to switch back because this shit isn't working. And
Damn.
got my iPhone, never going back.
Man,
Unfortunate.
iPhone was good about putting those walls up around
They have
their
a strap.
stuff.
They have a strap for sure.
The AirDrop got me too.
Oh.
I love AirDrop. That's magical.
Have you updated your phone recently? Have you done the
Oh,
tap?
where it's close? Yeah.
So tough. So tough. So tough. It's so tough. Bink. I did it for the first time. I was like, oh, like, let me get your contact. And then he just held their phone out. I was like
I didn't know you could do it with a contact.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just boom. Like, you can do a contact, you can do a photos, airdrops, all the things.
What?
It's crazy.
They're building that wall high, man.
It's crazy.
I don't know if I feel good about it or not, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, because what I'm going to do? Stop.
I know, what am I going to do?
Get a Google Pixel and just like be over there
I
somewhere.
saw a flex the other day. This was a while ago, but it was like it showed Apple's revenue by product line, and it was like AirPods as a product line is bigger than like I think almost every other tech company's entire revenue.
That's crazy.
They've sold so many AirPods.
That's crazy, man. Like, these tech companies are getting, I won't say out of control, but kind of. Like, the fact that Apple has a credit card,
yeah.
How are you giving me credit? That's because you have so much cash on hand. It's nuts.
I can't remember what the number was, but the amount of cash that they're just sitting on right now, I think, is something ungodly at this point. Generally speaking, like, you got to think that Apple is a monopoly.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they're so big. I guess we're just cool with it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
like people are competing. Nothing's moving.
Yeah.
Nothing's moving at all. As soon as Apple creates, they may already have this, like a Google Home or whatever.
They do have the iHome or the Apple HomePod. They did. I don't know if they might have discontinued it.
Okay.
But it's close.
Yeah, it's close. It's there. The goggles, the Vision Pros or whatever. That's tough, low key. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, do I want one? No. But I kind of do want one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You seen Ready Player One, the movie?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Dog, top 5 movie in my opinion. I'm a movie guy.
It's so good. Yeah, it's so good.
But this shit is freaking me out.
That's an easy watch when it comes up. Yeah.
Easy watch.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of, to me, it's like the writing or the disaster scenario has been shown to us.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just running right at it as fast as we can. We got Elon with the robots.
With a smile.
With a smile. It's going to be great.
Yeah,
Follow me. Follow me.
It's tough.
Dude, I was at the Apple store the other day, and there were the table where they were doing, I guess it was the demos for the Vision Pros, like 8 deep on both sides. Like, people are super hyped about it. But it's $3,500, I think, for the basic headset, and you got a wire on it. So it's I was listening to one guy who was like, it's definitely like a developer set, but every piece of technology comes out big, it gets smaller, better, leaner, meaner. And then Zuck went in on them. Did you see his Vision Pro versus Quest comparison video?
Yeah.
He was like, when I first tried the Vision Pro, I was expecting it to be better in a few different ways, given the high price tag. After using it, I don't think it's better in any way. And he was like talking about how the Quest is really just a better set all around. Which I don't really know if I agree with or disagree with, but dude, if we get to the point where everyone's walking around wearing goggles like that, it's gonna be a strange world.
Because people are people are chasing the hype. Like Stanley water bottles, for example. As a water drinker, right? I don't give a fuck about Stanley water bottles. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me whatever, right? Because I remember when Camelbacks were like super popping. I remember when Hydro Flasks were super popping.
Yeah, and then every school backpack had the Camelback in it. It was a thing.
Clipped on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you about to go hiking or something. Dirty straws. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not cleaning them. You know what I'm saying? You just a little brown.
You start seeing like the fungus growing in your.
And I'm just like, where did they all go? Yeah. Why?
That's right.
A Hydro Flask I seen went at Target for like, it was on sale for like $10, $15 or something like that. Big ass Hydro Flask. I was like, oh, give me this.
That's
for
right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, Stanleys are overrated. I did get one at closing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was excited to have one, but it was for free. You feel me? I'm not paying.
You just had to buy a house to get a Stanley, so it was good. It was good.
That's crazy. It was branded and shit too. Shout out to First Raleigh Mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Product placement.
They're like, congratulations, you are now in debt for 30 years. Here's Stanley. At least you will be hydrated. Enjoy this ride.
I didn't think about it. I have the most expensive Stanley of all time.
It might be.
In a mortgage.
You're up there. You're up there.
That's tough.
No, dude, it's funny, those trends, like we latch onto them.
Yeah. I
was looking at like how many people like basically had viral content success because Apple dropped a product. So you look at like Casey Neistat, Marquise Brownlee, like, and then it like just those are top guys.
Yeah.
But all of the other like TikTokers and everyone, I'm like, can you imagine if you're Apple and you drop a product and literally the amount of like money and earned press, like the money you made for creators off your product, plus the earned press you got just from like crazy new product, they can move mountains just by. Now they worked on it for years. Like it's a big product. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But like, it was wild how many people on the just piggybacked on that.
But they have it down, man. Like,
they really do.
Like, it's hard to hate. Like,
it is
design, like the marketing, the easiness to be able to just be like, hey, like, oh, you don't have an iPhone? Oh, your messages are green? That's tough. Social outcast immediately. Really? Like, it's crazy when you think about it. No, I don't like it.
Man, how do you feel about the whole like AI situation?
Oh man, are
you in it? Do you play with it? Or?
So I used it for the first time. Yeah. My wife is I'm normally her ghostwriter for like emails and stuff like that.
Nice.
Like if she's stressed about sending an email, like I'll type something up for her. Yeah. She doesn't need me anymore. She has AI.
It's brought you some time back in your life.
Brought us some time back. It's interesting, man. It's one of those things. I don't mean to be like a Will Smith from iRobot, where I'm like, Mom, we got this robot in the house. It's gonna take over the world. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I was trying to eat my like, what was it, my sweet potato pie? My Converse All Stars.
Oh, the robot made this pie.
Dude, you want to talk about favorite movies? iRobot. I had that shit on DVD. I'd watch it on my PlayStation 2 on like a tube television. That was my shit. Yeah,
iRobot's good, man.
That's top.
But that's kind of how I feel about it.
Interesting.
Like,
okay, so you're resisting.
I'm resisting.
Oh,
like,
nice. Okay.
I, in theory, would love to live as much off the grid as possible.
Oh, okay.
Like, eventually, right? Like right now, I don't think it's feasible.
Like land, garden.
Yeah.
Cow.
Like, Highland cow. Yeah, I want to get a Highland cow, and then I found out how much the scholarship is that I work for is a STEM scholarship.
Yeah.
So I have someone who's in animal science. I was like, hey, how much would it cost to just like have a Highland cow?
Those are the long-haired ones, right?
Yeah.
Like the ones that are kind of cute.
Exactly. Like they were like, oh, for like slaughter, and I was like, oh God, no, not just slaughter. Like I want to raise it. You know what I'm saying? I just want it to be the homie, in the backyard, kicking it. She went through like vet costs and stuff like that, like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Ooh, I'm not surprised.
A year. So I'm like, let me take a step back. But yeah, cows, like we talked about having a little chicken coop in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? Get some eggs going. But yeah, that's my ideal like scenario.
Less technology.
Less tech.
Yeah.
Will we get there? I don't know. Like the fact that like my daughter's 2 years old now, and we have a Google Home, and like she hears us like, ask it random ass questions. Like I was like, damn, how old is Morgan Freeman? Just like let me throw it up in the air and see
What's
happens.
The name of the lady who like you faked everyone out with
just like stuff like that? I'm like, damn, she has access to anything that she wants.
That's right.
In theory.
Yeah.
All she has to do is ask.
Yeah.
And like she can get it.
That's right.
On one hand is cool, right? And I think that's all the technology. On one hand, like this is really tight, right? Like I don't have to like go to my phone and like set a timer, even though like it doesn't take much to pull it out of my pocket or press buttons on the oven. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Google, set a timer for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? While I'm cooking this, whatever, right? But at the same time, there have been times where like, I mean, we probably all experienced this. Like we're talking about, I have a dog. We're talking about dog food. And then all of a sudden I'm getting ads. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
right.
I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it freaks me out. There's nothing I can do about it because like the convenience right now outweighs the
for sure,
the fear. I guess
for sure.
But I think at a certain point,
when does that start? When that scale start tipping the other
the
way?
AI is bringing that scale up a little bit, man.
Fast too.
Fast. Things are exponentially moving. Like the internet is funny as fuck, right? But like also is scary. Like with all the things that like can be and has been created. You have HBO? You watch Westworld?
Well, first season.
Okay.
I ended after the first season.
That's fair. It gets weird. But like Westworld, you're not gonna watch it?
You can go for spoiler.
Okay.
We're in spoiler mode this podcast. So.
Westworld, so it ends up being that the robots are like actually like the hosts aren't like getting things from the robots are getting things from the host. They're observing their behavior to the point where they can eventually become the clones of the people in real life.
Got it.
Right?
Yep. There's
this machine, it's called Rehoboam or something like that, which is essentially just like one big data analytics.
Got it.
Like a predictor of future stuff. And like people's livelihoods, their jobs, if you get a home, like if you're able to like fly on this plane are predicted, or like you have to like show your Rehoboam like stats. And like based on that, like you'll
like
get
a social
job
credit
done.
score.
Yeah. But then like all the information is released because it has up to people's deaths, like what happens, predictive analytics.
Yeah.
So I also watch too much shit like that. Like, and this is probably why I'm also like freaking out, you know, a little bit. And I was like, damn, like all these little BuzzFeed quizzes that we were taking back in college, like, oh, what Harry Potter house would you be in? Like, we're asking like, oh, like if you were to do this,
from the
this,
north
and
or the
this.
south?
Yeah. And then like they're just gathering information.
Data, info. I mean, some of that Black Mirror stuff seems way
Black Mirror is
too
crazy.
Yeah. We talk about like the condensing of the Vision Pro to the contacts. Have you seen that one where they can just like watch stuff and replay memories? And dude, they nailed a lot of things.
Black Mirror is so good, man.
It is so good. You watch that and you just feel a little concerned about the future of the world.
1,000%. And maybe I should get off that. Maybe I should watch some happier shit. You know what I'm saying? But I just be like, I sit there, I'm like, man, like, it's a good show, it's good content, but it's definitely quite frightening. There's one where the mom like had control of what her daughter could see, or like could see what her daughter was doing at all times.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like had like an implant or something in her head.
Yeah.
Girl ends up killing her mom because mom was getting like too controlling. She was like blanking out like dogs because she was like, I don't want you to see this harmful behavior.
Oh, where it would like be blurred or something?
Yeah. Like shit like that. I'm like, whoa. I don't know. So I hope that we don't get there. I hope that Black Mirror is just wrong.
Yeah. Because it's like you want to. I can't remember if this was a podcast or someone I was talking to. It was like, we just need that knight in shining armor to come like set us on the right direction. But then you've got people like Elon Musk who you're like, man, why'd you do that? Why'd you build the humanoid? Did we need the humanoid? Like the cars are cool. The cars were great.
Yeah. I
was down with some, but the humanoid just took it too far. And then I saw just today on TechCrunch, there was this a startup from San Francisco who released this AI called, I think it was called Elma, who's supposed to be like the everything employee AI. So this is like you hire Elma as your employee AI to do all this stuff, all the mundane things that you don't want people to do. So it's like
people
at all levels, startup level, billionaire level, like we're moving, man. I don't know where it's gonna be, but we're moving.
There's another show on HBO that I'm pretty sure you haven't seen. Years and Years. This one is a really good show. It's like 7 episodes.
Okay.
It follows this family who's in England or somewhere where they have a little bit of an accent. No offense to your English, those listeners, but like it follows them from 2019 to 2029.
Okay.
And like each year, like you'll see like stuff happen that like nuclear war, like like technology is starting to like take people's jobs. This guy goes from being an accountant to being an Uber driver, to being a bike delivery person because like the jobs are gone, like everything's gone. And so I'm like, man, as a person who works in like the social sciences and like I work in education, right? Like I'm out of here. Like it's about to be a wrap for me. So I'm like, where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? Yeah, I don't know. But also I think that there's something like value about the things that we provide to the point where like I don't think that machines will ever be able to like duplicate that part of it. So I think that there's going to be like value in people who can like work with people.
Oh, you know? I would hope so.
You would think.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Who knows, man? Maybe we're all going to be walking around in black turtlenecks, like homegirl from Theranos, and just like having a really deep voice.
Practicing our lines. Dude, it's interesting because like what you were saying earlier about how college offers like this sort of experience and environment, I think is super valuable. But like the whole thing of how much it costs now to go to school, or even just like non quote on traditional forms of education, like how many courses there are online today. It's like, where do you find the balance between like what prepares you for like a new paradigm, like a new world order in a way? If you're coming up, like you're in high school right now, trying to evaluate like where do I get sort of like the ability to like build a career in something I want to do. What does that education path look like? I feel like that's got to be such a hard internal conversation to have now, especially if you want to do something like in the creative field, or you want to do something that's a little leaner in terms of like, I want to learn how to like edit a video, do this program, write this thing. There's so many ways to like get that practical knowledge, but you miss out on like sort of that worldliness. Yeah. I don't know how you would break that down.
Yeah, I really think that college and like education as we know, like higher ed is going to like not be the same like in 10 years, right? Like because there are so many classes, there's so many like ways that like people can make it without having to like do like the whole like traditional education like means. Like all these free classes, like these master classes, like LinkedIn proficiencies, whatever, like Adobe's hosting their own like boot camps outside of like college.
People realize they could monetize education on a $50 a month subscription. They're like, oh, snap.
Mike,
I'm gonna do this.
Let's just do it real quick. Like, or even just like people being like, yo, I just want my life to be the content. Like, I think that's another way that technology is doing it. Like, I tried for a day. I was like, I can be an influencer, right? To prop up like a phone while I'm brushing my teeth. It felt so stupid. I'm like, damn, I'm brushing my teeth all dumb. Like, I played it back. Like, let me run it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so stupid. But like, yeah, technology is definitely, it's shifting everything, man.
Shifting
like,
everything.
I don't think, we're not prepared, right? Like, as institutions of education, like, we are not ready. Like, we're spending a lot of time like, oh, how do we work better to meet the needs of Gen Z and like, you know, the future generations. Gen Alpha also is such a hard way to like call a generation. Like my daughter's Gen Alpha, tough. Like we're trying to like make the current systems like more comfortable for them without like making the current systems like what they like are looking for. Yeah. Like nothing about college has changed for like the longest.
Doesn't seem like it, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like you go to class, you have student organizations, you go to advising, you get a job, hopefully. If anything, you get a degree and you leave. Yeah. Right? But like people are looking for more stuff than that. And people in power, like shout out to the folks who like are running these institutions, right? But like older like folks, look at our political climate right now, right? Like age is the biggest thing for like, honestly, for both presidential candidates. Like 100%. I think Biden and Trump are like 2 years apart or something like that. Like everybody's old. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's
old.
Young blood. We need some young blood. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm down to like lead NC State by any means, but like have a committee or like something to be like, hey guys, like let's get more in touch with like the audience that we're, or the population that we're bringing in.
For sure.
And like no one's really doing that. So no one really cares to do that, which I think is the larger problem.
You kind of get stuck in the way it has been. But when the kids coming up want to be influencers and like you're like, is this the? It's been said before. I'll say it again. There's something about how like the becoming of an influencer is now like, you know, top 5 on the list next to like that's gone past doctor, that's gone past like astronaut. Like I want to be that Mr. Beast. That's my guy. You know, like I want to be that guy.
I'm trying to go around pass out $500. And my favorite videos are like, hey, would you take $100 now, or would you like to give like $100 to somebody else? They're like, oh, I want to give it to somebody else. Okay, bet. Here's $1,000 influence. So I'm like, what is going on here? You know, like people got it though. Like, I mean, people there's power in like the individual, and I think people are like really starting to realize the power of the voice, which is cool.
Yeah.
Right. But it's just different times.
It really is, man.
Mr. Beast stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Beast is cool.
Especially coming out of North Carolina, like not really thinking about this being like a content place.
Yeah.
It's funny, like that whole influencer landscape, because you've got guys hitting it from all different ways. And I just came in tune with like the sort of this is like the people who stage fights or like conflicts with other influencers, and they monetize this on like TikTok and YouTube. And it's all about like having beef with different people, and people follow the drama. It's like they took reality television, but then like scripted it in a YouTube-y way.
Yes.
And now like, I think in some ways it's scripted, but in other ways it's like legit.
It's
like
real.
I've got 3 bodyguards behind me. I'm going to talk shit to you. You're going to want to punch me. And then my boys are just going to hold you back, and I'm going to go away.
Yeah.
But I got the clip.
No, I got the clip.
Crazy.
Camera ends.
Yeah.
Hey, that was good, right? You know, hey, good job. Good job. Good.
Yeah.
Shake hands all around. You know, it's weird, man. Like, what are the Pauls, Logan and Jake? I feel like they have done a really good job.
Yeah.
Like, how are you boxing real boxers?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. They played it in a way that's like a masterclass in how to go from just making cheesy videos to being just like,
I'm gonna fight Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy, man. Influencer.
And as a kid coming up seeing that, you're like, he did it.
Yeah. Why not me?
Yeah. And I can see the video he made 5 years ago. If I go down on his YouTube page, like that kind of looks like what me and my boys make, like on my iPhone.
Let me just start recording myself doing the exact same things. Honesty, like all this other stuff. And then it just takes off.
The streaming thing's another one that's wild to me as well. You're just on there for like 12, 13 hours a day.
Just on.
Just
like it's crazy. And like the comments come so fast. I'm like, I don't even know how they damn, I sound like an old ass man, dog. That shit sucks. But like they're just like flowing down the screen. I'm like, yo, like, are you even like, what are we watching here? Like, what are we doing? You know?
I know.
What are we doing? Oh man. I sound like an old ass hater. I don't want to be an old hater. I really don't want to be an old hater, man. But like it's so I understand that like generations, like things aren't made for us, right?
No, for sure. Yeah,
and, like I'm not hating on
not at
them
all.
Enjoying themselves.
But I find it fascinating.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand it.
Yeah,
you know?
It's different and I find it weird, but like I get that you're into it, to each their own.
Yeah.
I don't find it particularly entertaining. But some people just get like, that's my guy. That's my influencer. Like that's who I prescribe to, you know?
That's probably how our parents felt like when we were like sending AIMs, you know what I'm saying? They're like, you want to just talk on the phone? Like, you're just going to text? What are these acronyms?
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you abbreviating laughing, you know? And now here we are. Like,
mine was a Jeb Dog 3258.
Jeb Dog, it's crazy. What was mine? So my Instagram, everything on all platforms, Ayoant, AYYOANT.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah.
But before it was Mr. Blue, because I was sad. It's like, bro, this shit. But the thing is, like, I was fake sad. Like, I was like a fake, like,
just kind of playing up the sadness of life, like sad Drake songs,
like sad Drake songs. I had Save Room for My Love on my MySpace page by John Legend, like simping. Like, why are you doing this right now? Why are you doing this right now? With the aviator glasses, the black and white digital camera like this, kicking it. I took a picture with a Chex box, like a box of like Chex Mix, holding it. Like what were we doing?
We're gonna use that as your thumbnail, as your headshot on the cover art.
Bro, I'll send it to you. It was a different time.
That's amazing.
A different time.
The
man.
ranks of MySpace friends. Who's in the? Do you have 5? Do you have 10? Do you have 8?
Yeah.
Who's on the list? What order are they in?
Yeah.
The song that plays, the skin.
We were coding,
R.I.P. to
the
MySpace.
It's like a music platform now.
Is it?
I like tried to go back because someone was like, "Oh, you can go back and like look at your old MySpace." And I remember the password because like, you know, it just is what it is, right?
I've been using the same password for the last. You're hackable.
I'm hackable for sure. I'm hackable for sure.
Digital.
Literally, NC State requires us to change our password every like 90 days or whatever. This is low-key the first time that like I've really had to be like, what else would I what else would I use? You know what I'm saying? It's literally been the same variation.
You went
of like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Man, no, MySpace was crazy. Yeah, it's gone now. All right,
yeah. R.I.P. man. Dude, we'll have to do this again when the world keeps going crazy.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
That was fun
man.
jamming though, bro.
No, absolutely.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
you having me.
Where can people find you at? What's the IG again?
Yeah, IG AYYOANT. I don't have Twitter anymore. It used to be my big thing. Like in undergrad, I'd be like, "Hey, follow me on Twitter, AOANT." Like it was a goal to reach like a certain amount of followers.
Yeah.
Reached it, but then Twitter like started to get weird, and I was like, "It's okay." So I'm only on Instagram. Don't have a TikTok because it's
You're
an
purist.
addicting.
You're
It's
just
an
an
addicting
IG
place.
Oh, it
You
is.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm just like,
limit your exposure.
I'd rather not. But Instagram is really the only place.
Nice.
If you wanna listen to me,
Yeah.
like talk with a friend. Shout out to Ashley Strom. Listen to Very Loose Agenda.
Very Loose Agenda.
Very Loose Agenda.
That's
It's,
just everywhere podcasts are?
Everywhere podcasts are. It's actually discontinued, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
Ashley is very, she enjoys her work.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because of like some staffing stuff for her job, she had to take on more responsibilities and she had to like cut some stuff back. So Very Loose Agenda technically is no more. But we do have,
it's got a treasure trove of
has
goodness.
a treasure trove of goodness. Check it out.
Nice.
That's pretty much it though.
Hell yeah, man. Well, that was fun, brother.
Cool. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Peace.